This is student feedback. It's on a paragraph, and the idea is to incorporate your quote into a paragraph. This one is got a few little problems. Every individual, by consuming new founds, okay, by consuming news, founds is, so I think that means creates is or her own approach to news, despite the fact that different media channels are expressing news in their specific format and therefore are expected to form consumers' views in that way. I'm just going to fix the English here. Marley says the particular person makes the readings, not the discourses which speak him in any simple senses. A simple sense that would be. You need to check whether this is right. This is the way to do in text. In other words, Marley suggests that every one of us decides which news is factual and truthworthiness and truthful, and media does not influence our opinion. Okay, so that's the English corrected. Let's look at the meaning a bit more closely. So the first paragraph is the main point you want to make. Every individual, by consuming news, creates his or her own approach to news. It's not the news, it's that they have their own reading. If we look at Marley's argument, is that the particular person makes the reading. So our argument is that there is the news that is presented, but then there is also the separate reading. So let's try and rewrite this in a little way. This sentence is also a bit complicated. We've got despite the fact, and we've got and therefore. It's quite difficult to follow. So individuals in their consumption of the news create something new. Why not that? The specific format of the media channels, I don't see how that's relevant here. But this is, although the media are expected to form consumers, plural, views. Although it might be expected that the media forms consumers' news. So let's switch this around. Although it might be expected that the media forms consumers' views, individuals in their consumption of the news create something new. So I think that's a bit clearer. Forget about the specific channels, not important, not relevant. So rather than Marley says, this is an argument. So it's not just that he says it. Let's put according to Marley. Forget the colon as well, that doesn't work. According to Marley, each person, we don't need the particular person, makes the readings. It is not the discourses which it speaking in any consensus, right? So this is this idea in media theory that discourses create the individual, that we are a product of the various discussions and discourses. There is nothing essential in us. There's no free will really in this outlook, or at least free will is meaningless. We are the intersection of the various other discussions. So it's not that he says it's not this point. It's not we go, oh, that's a fact, that's true, it's our opinion. It's much broader than that. It's that we create the news for ourselves. It's influenced by the media. It's within the constraints of what news that we are given. We can only interpret what we are given, but that we are not the product of the media discourse. That we should be that the public that people are not simply the consequence of media discussions. Rather, we let's put this at the top. Small isn't really arguing that, or that the media doesn't influence us. Anyway, so Marley is arguing that people are not simply the consequence of media discussions, rather we read the media to create new, with the possibility that we create a new outlook and express an outlook that reflects our free will. I mean, this isn't by any means perfect, this is just an idea, but what it is doing is explaining the quote in other words, and it's building on the initial sentence. As it was, it didn't really do that. Thank you.